I have a little bit of time this afternoon, so I've come to my craft corner to do a little bit of embroidery. I'm going to make myself a new bookmark using felt and then make a design on it. I'll probably go Christmassy. Got this idea from the Hobbycraft blog, and it is quite simple. I've made it for as little gifts previously, and it's just something which is quite cute if you've got a book lover, but this time I'm going to make one for myself, and I'm going to make it Christmassy. So I started off making this the other day, and it got abandoned for, I can't even remember what reason now, so I'm heading back to it today. The idea of it is that you make this little pocket to sit on the corner of your book, or the page of your book even. So the idea is that you embroider on the top part of your bookmark, so this triangle piece. Now I've pre-cut these out as I'm not too precious about how the quality of my embroidery as it's for myself, and I do quite like a little rustic look, the homemade look. But if you're making it for someone else or just want it to be a little bit neater, I'd recommend cutting these shapes out after you've done your embroidery and using an embroidery hoop to keep this stable. So this is just acrylic felt that I've got, and then you can pick it up really rather cheaply. And then I've picked out some autumnal type colours that I liked, I thought would be quite nice. You need a tape measure if you want to measure out your square and triangle. I've got a thimble, needles, snips, and a needle threader just to ease of use. So I'll turn the camera around now, and you can see what I'm going to embroider on my bookmark. I originally picked out the threads to be quite autumnal colours, but I've changed my mind and I think I'm going to go slightly more Christmassy, and I still do think these colours will work. So I'm just threading up my needle with this cream colour, as I'd like to start off by using my initial in the middle. And I'm going to use all 6 strands, as I'd like this to be quite chunky. So to create my letter H, I'm going to be using just a very basic back stitch, and then working round my back stitches to create a more fluid look. I haven't marked this out or anything, just because letter H is a nice straight line, so quite simple, and I do want this to look quite rustic. Change of colour, and I'm onto this dark deep green, and I'm going to just be stitching back and forth to create a very basic holly shape. And I do think this looks okay when it's finished. You get the gist. It can't be mistaken for much else. For the holly berries, I've changed thread, and I'm going to make a knot just to create 3 little berries for each sprig of holly. Now this isn't a French knot, I can't quite remember the name of it, but I find this slightly easier because I'd say 9 times out of 10 when I try a French knot, it doesn't work. I haven't got the technique down, and this one's slightly easier to get my head round. But just 3 berries for each sprig, and it finishes it off quite nicely. So to finish off the bookmark, I'm using blanket stitch around the edge. It's really just going around the edge and then pushing the needle through the loop before moving on to the next stitch, and then it creates just a really nice, neat finish. And I just try and keep my stitches nice and even here, because that can make it look really quite messy if those stitches aren't neat. Tuck in my thread, and voila! And here's the finished product. Another week, another garden centre, and this week it is Squires near Washington in West Sussex. And the first thing that took my eye were these like topiary holly bush balls that have been manicured beautifully. I just don't think I would be able to truly do them justice, but something I've got my eye on for future. You kind of match the Christmas tree, babe. Here's Marky posing with a Christmas tree, looking like a Christmas tree. You really do look like Father Christmas now. So these weren't Jellycat, but they've got still a lovely display of plushies with cute little faces, and look, a mince pie with legs. So they've also got these really lovely robins with Christmas hats on. And these crackers are so adorable, but I'm still not sure whether I'm going to actually buy crackers this year. But the main Christmas decorations, they had split into 4 different cities of Europe. So right down the end there, we've got St. Moritz, and then there was Bruges. As I pan round, we've got Paris, and then at the end, Venice. Oh, this section just had me. So we've got little teeny skis. They're so adorable. Want them all. I'd really like some much larger, like fake skis as a decoration. And look, teeny tiny little sledge. Oh, more skis here. This is definitely something I'm going to look into. It's a little Christmas village. You press the buttons on them, and they... Yeah. Oh, you have to hold it in. No.
Oh, you want it?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, my tattooed hand's in the way.
No, that's fine. They're not in the way. It's okay. They also had this section with this William Morris designed like toiletries. Oh, that's so cute. Such a beautiful kind of Victorian vibes. And nothing I spent ages looking at and couldn't quite decide on, just because it doesn't really go with the table decor, but I love these table runners. Sent Mark off for a little bit while I had to sit down, and he found Pet's Corner and these journables. So sweet. Ooh. Back at the candles again, are we?
Oh, look. Can't eat it, it's not a pie.
What's the smell?
Winter time. It's quite strong though. Oh,
Oh, it is. No, but that's really... I quite like that, actually.
well, considering that...
Sacred Forest. Oh, no, I'm not keen on that one, though.
was it a bit... whatchamacallit?
I can't tell what that is.
No, we cannot.
What is it then?
It must be some sort of tree sap.
Oh yeah.
What it smells like.
Well, I quite like this one. This is musk, spice, orange, and merriment.
Little scepter. Yeah, it's quite potent.
Mm.
It's quite nice.
It's quite nice, that one.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Mm. Not normally a big fan of Cath Kidston, but this Christmas range, I just can't stop thinking about. I loved everything about it. The only trouble is it's not really colours that I've got, and I think I'd find it hard to make it look any kind of coordination, even vaguely, against the kind of greens and reds and golds that I've got. But I loved everything about this range. I mean, look at this dish. Oh, this plate, shall I say. And this little Christmas tree bowl. Oh, butter dish that looks like a gingerbread house. I can't. Oh, salt and pepper. Beautiful. We're going to have a little look at the Village Larder, which is a food shop on the site of the garden centre. And it's got a lot of local produce. Lovely array of fruit and veg. Lots of eggs here, lovely. And they've got lots of jams and pickles and chutneys as well. Mark's going to pick up some honey. Also picked up these salted crisps. And we checked out the cheese counter and picked up the 3 of these different cheddars, like an extra mature, black bomber, which is a very mature original, which is stunning. And then this Hawaiian cheese was basically a cheddar with little chunks of pineapple in, but super delicious. So tonight is Bonfire Night, and Mark and I are not going out to watch any displays. We are going to stay at home and light the fire pit instead. We did try and get hold of some sparklers just to add a little bit more magic, but no such luck. We left it too late. But I am going to make something that I remember as a childhood, and I saw a few posts that reminded me about black treacle toffee. And it's so traditional for Bonfire Night, and you use black treacle in the base. So I'm starting off with some butter. I've used unsalted butter, but I am going to be adding salt, so it wouldn't matter if you use salted butter. Brown sugar to help with the deep colour. And we're going to use 150 grams of black treacle, and then the same again of golden syrup. And I'm going to start by gently heating them together so it's all dissolved, and then bring it up to a rolling boil. Use my thermometer to make sure it reaches a hard crack, which is about 160. And then I've left it in a pan with baking parchment because it is very sticky and very hard. It's a really strong flavour, but it's just such memories of Bonfire Night for me. So this is the fun bit, giving it a break. There you go, smashing it up into pieces. And you get these really dark, really strong tasting shards of toffee that are simply delicious. Mark's in charge of the bonfire, and luckily he's pretty good at this because it was quite damp out, but he still managed to get it going. We've toasted a few marshmallows as well, and I've made a batch of mulled cider so we can stay nice and cosy outside.
Chin.
Chin chin. How's your cider?
Yes, nice.
Good. There is more.
Yeah, good idea, put another log on.
Yeah. Why? Are you doubting it?
No, I'm down there. It's just,
How beautiful was the moon tonight? I'm so thrilled with these shots that I managed to get that I just had to put them in to show you. Just picked up the weekly shop. Start off, I've got some plums and some pak choy, lemons. I always like a bit of salad, so I've got cucumber, little tomatoes, and some spinach. I've got some chives as I'm going to be making a potato salad, some beetroot to go with the salad, and some large tomatoes. These are mainly for lunches and sandwiches, but a few will go for some of our dinners. Then I've got some fish fillets here. I've got some bassa fillets. I couldn't quite tell how big they were going to be, so I've got 2 packs, but one will do is just fine for a dinner. And then some pork shoulder steaks. They're going to be to make some char siu pork. And then some chicken breasts. Also got these Jolly Hog Popper Porker sausages. And they look really good quality, so I'm happy with those. And some short crust pastry, as I'll be making a quiche. Some creme fraiche, and some single cream, as I'll need a little bit of that for the quiche. And I'd asked for some hummus, and I got this jalapeno hummus. I've tried a little bit of it, and it is lovely. It is very spicy, and there is an awful lot on the tub. Then onto our store cupboard. So I've got some wholemeal farmhouse loaf. That is Mark's favourite. And then they've got these everything bagels in the supermarkets. I must admit the Fitzgerald's one was a lot nicer than the New York bakery ones, but that's just down to personal preference. Some frosted shreddies, as fancy some of them, an Alpen for Dad. And then these toffee nut lattes, which I have finished already because they were that good. Then a jar of char siu pork, some whole grain mustard and some gherkins. Those are all for evening meals. The char siu the char siu sauce is for the pork, and you just marinate it for a few hours beforehand for cooking. And then I wanted some crisps to go with my lunches, so I picked up these hummus chips in tomato and basil flavour, and I could definitely recommend those. One evening, Mark and I headed out over to Hobbycraft to take a look around their seasonal items, and I'm starting off in the baking section. They've got lots of cake toppers, parchment, treat bags. These are little paper treat bags. Lots to look at. I did resist the coloured parchment paper, but did pick up a roll of brown parchment paper which had got white little gingerbread houses on. And that was very cute. There was a lot on the roll. There's lots I can do with that over the festive season. really like this gingerbread man board as well, but I did resist. And they've got loads of lovely silicone moulds, including some spoon ones, so they'll be quite nice for making like hot chocolate spoons. But lots of things to think about here. What are you looking at?
So clever. And with little Christmas trees, they're quite nice.
They're cute.
Yeah, they're right. And the little bows, look at those, they're pretty cool.
Are they plastic? Oh, yeah.
Are they plastic? They're metal, aren't they?
Yeah, they're metal. Charms.
They're class, aren't they?
I like that.
What is it?
It's like a little wooden...
Would you leave it as it? You put lights behind it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, like a little...
How much is that?
£3.
It's cheap.
But these are cute, little wooden LED houses as well.
Oh yeah, they're right.
Light up. Those are cute as well.
Yeah, they're all right.
You could use them as tags for your gift tags.
Nice.
Say that again?
Nothing.
I didn't hear you.
I said I'm not buying anything for Christmas. I've got no money.
Oh, okay.
I'm joking. Oh, they're quite cool. Look at those. Oh.
Oh, that's exactly what I needed last year for your advent calendar.
Yeah, I know. They're pretty cool, aren't they? I don't know what you use them for.
You hang up cards on them.
I don't bother with cars.
That's what you need, an elf behaving badly.
They don't need that. You got me.
No, and it's to keep you in check, that's why.
How's they going to keep me in check?
Because the elf on the shelf reports back to Father Christmas those who are naughty. And you're top of the list, the naughty list.
I like it. I like the
Oh, this plate is gorgeous too. What a beautiful, beautiful sunset this evening. The fireplace is now in full use for the winter, and Mark's making a fire up for us this evening. Going to use some of the homemade fire lighters. That's it. We light them, pop them in the middle, and it just gives off a lovely, lovely scent as well.
yeah. Now I feel warmer.
It didn't take too long for both cats to realise there was a fire going and that they could come and warm their whiskers. Thanks for watching, and hope you all have a lovely week. Ta-ra for now.